Well, Bob, thank you so much, sir, for coming on the program tonight. It's great talking to you.
Thanks, Kim. It's a pleasure to be here.
I was reading this story from the Washington Times, gunmakers baffled by ATF criteria, and this is something I think maybe not even a lot of gun owners are aware of, but the BATF is in charge basically of deciding whether or not a gun is legal, meets all the requirements, but well, the problem is that they don't actually explain what the criteria are?
Well, correct. For the public, you get your information from the statute and from most agencies from regulations. But the ATF is very very loose with regulations. They don't, whereas most people complain there's too much regulations. On the technical side of this of the statute that they implement, they're very loose with regulations. So if you want to know what you can do with your gun and classifications, determinations of all sorts, you can't find it in the regulations. Mm-hmm. ATF just has not written them, and what they have written is very poorly defined.
And so what ultimately happens to these manufacturers? I mean, it sounds like this is a guessing game almost when you're submitting these products for ultimately sale.
Basically, that's what it is. It's a guessing game. You go by, what you can see and what other people tell you, but an ATF recommends that you would write in and get a determination before going into production on something to see if it's well, there are many things. A classification. Is it a firearm? Is it a receiver? Is it a NFA firearm? Is it an NFA receiver? And all of these things have serious consequences. If you don't write in and just started out and did it, and what ATF determines is an NFA receiver or an NFA firearm, a machine gun, mm-hmm. The consequences are criminal.
Well, absolutely right. And the Washington Times story quoted Larry Keene from the National Shooting Sports Foundation. He said it's unfair for ATF to hold individuals to a standard that they cannot articulate themselves. Do you agree with that?
I do, completely.
And we should point out as well that you spent quite a few years, 24 years in the BATFE, right? Correct.
I was on the enforcement side, special agent side of ATF.
So it sounds like this rather arbitrary and capricious process is something that people are aware of. I know that the Washington Times story quotes Representative Gingrey from Georgia as introducing legislation that might deal with this. Do you think that it is going to take legislation to fix this issue?
Well, I think that it would take ATF management to fix it overnight. Mm. But legislation would make it mandatory for the managers in ATF to do it. They just don't do it. A good example of this is the tax code. IRS does the same thing, and it's called the same thing, letter rulings. If you have a tax question, you write in, you get an answer. In return, it's just one person that gets the information. But then those rulings are published so that any lawyer looking to research a tax question mm-hmm. can go right to what IRS has said in the past. With ATF, they've been issuing these private letter rulings for a very long time. The National Firearms Act came into being in 1934, and it's just jam-packed with inconsistent rulings and vague rulings.
Yeah.
To one person, and then nobody else can know what they ever said to that person, other than word of mouth, which is a very, very poor thing to rely on when you're talking about a criminal statute.
Absolutely right. Well, listen, Mr. Sanders, I really appreciate you coming on the program, sir. It's great talking to you, and I hope that we can do this again.
Honored, Cam. Good luck. Keep it up.
Thank you so much, sir. Robert Sanders, member of the NRA's board of directors, joining us here tonight on Cam and Company.